Hi everybody, welcome to Jackie Chan-uary. Woo, movie number 2.
Yes.
And in true Two Asian Blokes fashion, we're doing a sequel without doing the first movie first.
Yeah.
But this is a loose sequel, so it's not a direct sequel anyway, right? This is Drunken Master II, or The Legend of Drunken Master, as it was more popularly known as in the West. So it's a 1994 film.
This film is an absolute classic.
It's pretty good.
It is so good.
That said, we may have never watched the full movie before yesterday.
Well, it sort of depends, maybe.
For reasons that we will get into.
Yeah.
But yes, this is a stone cold classic. Drunken Master II, Legend of Drunken Master. Cannot be denied. Everybody loves this film. And watching it just yesterday, I remember why. It's fucking fantastic.
Oh, most definitely. It's just the acclamation of all of Jackie Chan's talents and his filmmaking skills.
Yep.
And his ability to drop into his role as not Jackie for a change, as the hero Fei-hung.
Wong Fei-hung, based on a real-life folk hero,
Yeah.
I believe. This is probably a more traditional kung fu film from Jackie compared to the others that we've covered on this show previously, like his Armor of God type of movie. Where the hero is not like a kung fu master, is more of like an adventurer type or a down on his luck cop or something like that.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I guess it's sort of a period piece. It's set during the early British occupation.
Late 19th century.
Yeah, I would say. And it's definitely not subtle in its portrayal of British folk in this film.
Oh yeah, there's some nationalistic themes in this movie for sure.
I love it. It's so
which again, it's kind of like a very traditional martial arts kind of thing, or like Chinese cinema thing.
And the depiction of the I guess the bootlickers is fantastic.
Yes, the Chinese traders. I'm sure there's a word for it in China, but the people that side with the British rather than remaining true to their roots. But the main character Wong Fei-hung, played by Jackie Chan, and his dad, played by Lung, who we previously talked about when we talked about A Better Tomorrow. And his servant are traveling on a train to transport herbs for their medical practice. In order to evade taxes, Wong Fei-hung tries to smuggle a box of ginseng onto the train by hiding it in a British person's suitcase, and this causes a bunch of misunderstandings that ultimately leads with Wong Fei-hung getting possession of an imperial seal that has been stolen. So it's classic Jackie Chan.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Misunderstanding shenanigans. He accidentally takes a thing that he wasn't supposed to take and gets embroiled in this situation that involves essentially Britain versus China.
Yeah, but the message of this film is that you really can't beat white people.
Unless you drink a lot of alcohol, it seems.
Well, you gotta beat them at their own game.
I mean, it's definitely there in like the costuming of the bad guys. You know, even the Chinese bad guys, they're all wearing European suits. The head honchos are all portrayed by Westerners, and it's all there. Like the styling of Wong Fei-hung himself as well. All the good guys are wearing traditional Chinese garbs.
And we probably would have seen this in Triple R as well. Just the very cartoonishly exaggerated British accents. It's just fantastic. It's just, you hear it and it just spells villainous evil person just straight up.
Get on your knees and bow. Right now.
Depends on what dub you watched, I guess. But yes, generally, they are pretty over the top.
But on that note of the initial stealing of the imperial seal, or the initial misunderstanding, we sort of open on an apparent thief who is trying to steal the ginseng box. And then Jackie Chan chases after the thief to try and get it.
Yeah.
And what ensues is sort of maybe like 2 or 3 fight scenes in a row.
Yeah. It starts off in the train carriage and then goes under the train carriage for a weapons fight, and then eventually opens out into a empty palm kind of fight.
Oh man, this is like pinnacle of Hong Kong action kung fu cinema. You got the sound design of the
Yep.
and you know all the old school shit.
It's a lot of wide tracking shots. Yeah. Even in the enclosed space, it's filmed quite wide. Kind of gives you a sense of the claustrophobic environment.
For this kind of film, it is so much easier to hide the stunt doubles as well. So when you're watching it, you don't really notice it too much.
Yeah.
And it just leaves you way more immersed. Like, to be honest, I never really noticed any stunt double in this movie. I was just so engrossed in the pacing and the rhythm that Jackie Chan has in these fight scenes.
And this movie is all fight choreography as well. Kind of different to other Jackie movies where sometimes he'll be running away, you know, a lot of the time he's the guy that doesn't want no trouble, you know?
Yeah.
But this is all like fighting and all choreography, and not so much prop fighting either. I mean, there's a bit of it, especially in the scene in the tea house and in the ending
the big belly
fight.
brawl. Yeah,
but yeah, it's more focused on the fight choreography, I think, and a lot of that has to do with the initial director Lau Kar-leung, who actually plays the character of Fu Wenqi, which is the apparent thief.
Yeah.
So he was on board to direct this film. He's a big shot in martial arts cinema. He's a Shaw Brothers alumni.
Yeah, I've seen him around, I'm pretty sure, but I haven't sort of recognized his other films. But he's definitely, he's definitely got the skills.
Yeah.
You know, you can see it in the choreography. Yeah.
So he's more known for traditional martial arts films of the 70s and 80s. So Jackie Chan got him in to direct because Yuan Wu-ping, who directed the first Drunken Master film, was unavailable. So next best thing, Lau Kar-leung, Legend of martial arts cinema. But apparently he and Jackie kind of clashed in terms of visions. The Lau Kar-leung, he's more traditional. I think he wanted to focus on the traditional Hung-gar family fist that was made famous by Wong Fei-hung. But Jackie wanted to focus more on his own cinematic version of drunken boxing and the comedy aspects of the film. So this kind of led to them parting ways in the middle of this film. They didn't end up working together again after this. Because the drunken boxing that is depicted in this film is something that Jackie Chan invented, basically. It's not something that originally existed. He based it on like the 8 drunken immortal gods of Kung Fu. So, I mean, it is a more cinematic version of the stuff that already existed. Because like drunken boxing, it's not really its own style of martial arts. It's like a subsystem of other martial arts, like the Hung-gar fist that he does show in this movie as well. And that's kind of part of the movie as well, though, because drunken boxing in this film is kind of looked down upon. Right? Like it's not taken very seriously. And Wong Fei-hung's dad kind of forbids Jackie from using it initially because he's afraid that it's going to lead to like alcoholism and bad things, which, you know, maybe he's right.
Maybe he's right, yeah. So you gotta listen to your Chinese dads. I find it funny how I always sort of comment on this. Jackie Chan's character is supposed to be quite young, early 20s.
Like early 20s,
he's clearly not in this.
His dad, played by T. Lung, is like 9 years older than him and looks younger than him sometimes.
And his mum, who I forgot that she's a stepmom. So it can make sense. The late and great Anita Mui. You're talking about the comedy aspects of this film. Anita Mui really knocks it out of the park.
She's incredible.
She is just like, it always makes me sad to watch her on screen because I think she is a really fantastic actress. And women in comedy tend to get a bit of a bad rap.
What do you mean, Tavi? What are you talking about specifically?
When I'm talking about, I think people know. I don't think they need to get into it. Don't need to make any more enemies. Don't need to have more stuff that I can get cancelled by in the future. But Anita Mui seems to do it so effortlessly and without having to really resort to much crude humor. A lot of it is her timing of movements and expression and just delivery. She is so good in this film. She does some fight choreography in this film.
And she's good at that as well.
She's good at that as well, yeah.
We talked about the comedy in Armor of God last week, and I kind of get why that comedy doesn't land as much when compared to this movie. There's just a certain level of charisma that you need to pull off this kind of comedy. And Anita Mui's got it. She got it in spades, mate. Jackie's got it as well.
Jackie's got it. And it's just, when you see them together, it's really quite a spectacle, you know. Amongst the really well choreographed fight scenes, amongst the pretty awesome production design as well. And I feel that this movie, probably to us, it's timeless. I don't know what a younger person would think about this film. It's like, where's the superheroes at? But, that's the superhero. He's a drunken fist. But,
the superhero is alcoholism.
The superhero.
Watch closely, kids. Watch how Jackie gets stronger as he drinks alcohol, just like real life.
But I mean, I gave this film like a 5 out of 5 for sure. It is just an undisputed martial arts classic. If you want to look at it in the critical end, sure, some plot points probably don't make sense. It could be a bit rushed at points.
There are some shifts in tone that are quite sudden and dramatic.
There's a point in this film that always disturbs me whenever I watch it. It is after the fight scene where Jackie Chan drinks for the first time. So
he beats up a bunch of bag thieves.
Who try to steal his stepmom's diamond or something. And he beats him up. Then he is shortly scolded by his father for doing drunken fists. And there's a moment where he's obviously, you know, drunk out of his mind. And then T Lung is like, you want to live like a drunken thing? Get the fuck out of my house. Get out of here.
Yeah.
And
starts beating him with a stick.
Beating him with a stick. And then he starts getting the house wine and basically waterboarding or alcohol boarding Jackie with the wine. And it's sort of done in that slow-mo. It's not quite the Shudder.
It's pretty dramatic.
And it's very dramatic. And Jackie Chan, and like obviously you can just not open your mouth and just look away. But the fact that he's just like drinking, and then he like throws him out. And then he punches his dad in the stomach. And this is quite dramatic, especially because the precursor to this scene is...
It's a bunch of comedic misunderstandings that leads to this really dramatic moment in the film, right? Because the switching of the ginseng route for the bonsai route, even Jackie Chan fighting like the bag thieves, these are all comedic moments in the film. But then it shifts tone very suddenly in this one scene. I think it works. I don't know. You said this is a 5 out of 5 film, and I was trying to think of like what elevates it above other Jackie Chan films. And it can't just be the action, because Jackie Chan films, always the action is spectacular, right? Like, of course, this action is top notch, but there has to be something else that elevates it.
There is that universal, it has a very universal theme.
I think that's it. I think it has themes.
Yeah.
Like compared to other Jackie Chan films. This not only has the theme of nationalism, but it's got a really strong character arc in Wong Fei-hung. He starts the film off as just like a man-child, basically.
Yeah.
But then he kind of like finds a higher calling. But also like the way that he uses Drunken Fist is like an allegory for that journey as well, because at first he wants to use it, but it's quite weak. And then he learns that he can use it better if he gets really drunk, but it comes with side effects, right?
Yeah, like being hungover.
It's being quote unquote hungover, but also like losing control, I guess. To the point where you're fighting your own father, which is no good. You shouldn't do that, right?
Yeah.
And then he uses his dad's wisdom to control it in the final fight. So I think like that kind of journey is one of the strongest character arcs I've seen from a Jackie Chan character. I think that like really speaks to people as well, because a lot of like people, especially Chinese people or Asian people in general, there's a lot of weight in familial ties. Like, so when you're young, you don't want to listen to your parents. You want to rebel, right? But then as you get older, you learn that, you know, they're actually right a lot of the time.
A lot of times, definitely.
Which is something that is not always conveyed in Western media.
No. It's not. Fuck you, Dad. I'm doing my own thing. Or now it's, fuck you, my kid. I'm going to university. New Lilo and Stitch remake movie.
Yeah, pretty much. Generational compromise, I guess, is not really a big thing in Western cinema. If you want to see an example of where it is done really well, Everything Everywhere All at Once is like a really good example.
I mean, like, well, obviously, speaking in hyperbolic manner, there are obviously some Western films that do this theme quite well. That being said, there's also the postmodern theme of, you know, the elite exploiting the poor. You know, basically Amazon coming in and buying up your company or Disney, saying, you're all going to work overtime and we're not going to pay you overtime. And that kind of thing.
And then Jeff Bezos jumps down from a balcony and then beats you up if you disagree with him.
I feel like that's what...
That's why he's so jacked now, Tavi, so he can do that.
Actually, I do want to talk about the other guy, the rival guy, who doesn't really have much screen time.
Oh, his mate, the fishmonk guy.
He's always trying to challenge Jackie. There's a really funny scene where Jackie Chan, he's being spotted by the higher bootlicker, and he's like, where's this fucking Drunken Master guy? He's like, oh, he's right there. Like, be careful. Like, he's really good. And Jackie Chan has obviously gone past the points of, you know, motor functions.
Yeah, he's been kicked out by his dad, so he's really down and out. And he's at a restaurant and just getting shit-faced.
But then his mate, he sees that the thugs are beating Jackie Chan up. And then he's like, hey, you're like, what the fuck are you doing? And then the thugs beat him up.
He gets beaten up. He gets beaten up by Ken Lo, basically.
Yeah.
Ken Lo playing the character of John.
Yeah.
I love how the bad Chinese characters have like European names. Like Ken Lo is John, and Ho Sung Pak is Henry.
There's a really funny edit where it's obviously a dramatic moment, but basically they beat both Jackie and his mate up, and then it cuts to the next day where they've tied up Jackie Chan. He's naked. And they've got this, you know, really insulting sign that says the King of Drunken Fists.
Yeah.
And then there's just a straight cut to his mate. He's just sprawled on the ground, and passed out.
Yeah.
And it's just it's a really funny edit because it tells a story. Like, this guy copped it just as bad.
Yeah, we've all been there, right, guys?
Yeah.
You try to help your mate out, but it ends badly for you both.
Yeah, just get beaten up.
You just get rocked. But yes, speaking of the bad guys, Ken Lo's character, he does some pretty unlikable stuff in that last fight scene. I remember when we first watched this film, it was the English dub.
Yeah, we would watch the English
and like
dub
the
when we were
main
kids,
thing
yeah.
that we both remember is the part where Jackie's trying to fight a bunch of goons, right? And Ken Lo's kind of lurking in the background, like doing just ratty stuff at random intervals. And there's a point where Ken Lo's character drops a bunch of dirt onto Wong Fei-hung.
He's like, sorry.
Yeah. Good stuff.
I would watch the English dub just for that one moment.
Yeah.
That being said, I don't remember the English dub being bad.
What the hell is that?
What does it mean when there's a picture of a skull?
I don't remember it being the worst. Maybe we're wrong though. Maybe it's just because we were little
Yeah.
and didn't know any better. But I think like people don't really like the dub so much because there's a lot of what Jackie's character says as he's fighting that kind of alludes to like the origins of the fighting style, like the
Yeah,
way that
yeah.
he announces moves. They make reference to a lot of like Taoism.
Yeah.
But when you're
When you dub it
localizing
that,
Here's a Peter Piper playing the flute.
it's hard. It's hard to kind of nail, right?
Yeah.
So you lose a lot of like the I guess the Chinese cultural
Yeah,
heritage.
you lose the bok guy, man. You know,
Yeah.
bok guy. I love that. It's just so like, it's great.
I'd hate it if T-Lung said "bokkai" to me. I'd feel so bad.
I mean, we really do need to delve into the fights a bit more. They just
What's your favorite fight scene in this?
Oh, it's tough. The Burly Brawl is really good, especially
In the tea
when
house.
he discovers using the bamboo
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
using the shards of the bamboo to sort of like
When the guy spits
rip at
all
people
over
and
him.
it spits all over him. It's quite funny. And then it's like it's a bit violent as well, but not really. And yeah, I'm a big sucker for Burly Brawls because I just imagine just the sheer logistical nightmare. Everything is just staged so amazingly.
There's so much destruction. There's so many people.
It's just really amazing to watch. And it's just something you don't see as much. And it just really makes Jackie Chan that once in a lifetime entertainer and performer.
Oh my God, the way that he does the drunken boxing.
Yeah.
Because he's not drunk, obviously,
Yeah.
when he's doing it. But it's so convincing. The way that he makes his face go red as he's fighting. Like feel like he had to like stand on his head so that he'd let all the blood rush to his face and then just do it. Like that's commitment to the bit, man. And you're right, it like really plays into like his comedic ability as well, because he's got to contort his face, he's got to do all the face acting as he's fighting as well. It's just really good to watch.
I mean, we always talk about the people that should have been as big as Jackie Chan. Like, you got your Tony Jaa's, your Iko Uwaises, maybe more recently your Andrew Koji.
Sure.
Yeah,
Street Fighter.
yeah.
We might talk about that next week.
Those guys are really good at fighting, but it is definitely an element of charisma and acting that could be lacking. And that's not to besmirch their efforts in their Hollywood films, but
He
Jackie,
is unique.
yeah,
Jackie
he's
is
just
unique. He's a fantastic performer, of course, but it's more than that. Like, he is a pioneer. He changed the game, right? Like, he is more of a modern kung fu star than when you compare it to movies like from the Shaw Brothers, right? Like, he had to kind of invent his own style. And even in this movie, he had to invent his own like boxing style to make it more cinematic, right? So he's not like a traditional martial arts actor that like, you'd find in the 70s or 80s. He's his own thing. And he paved the way for all these guys to come in and kind of do the same thing and replicate it. So he's a visionary, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, what's your favorite fight scene there?
I really like the last one.
Yeah, that's
I think
awesome.
It's just the multi levels behind it. It feels like he's heading into like a boss arena, I guess, where every stage has a different boss. He fights that big guy with the chain. I think
it's so cool.
There's a lot of symbolism in the fight as well.
Yeah.
Like the presence of all the fire, I think is almost like he's descending into hell. In fact, I think like there's like all of the 5 elements within this scene. Like you've got earth when they're chucking all the dirt on him.
Yeah.
You've got the fire, obviously. You've got metal with the guy with the chain and like them trying to beat him up. You've got wood. There's a lot of splintering wood and like smashing of chairs on people. And you got water. You got him drinking a bunch of industrial grade alcohol.
Yes. So that's how he overcomes Ken-lo. But yeah, man, there is just so much fucking choreography going on that it is just amazing. You're just like, this is how can anyone not like this film?
And you got a big
watching it?
stunt as well. You know, not all Jackie Chan movies have a big stunt in it, but you got Jackie Chan literally walking across a pit of fire in this movie.
Well, like moving backwards as well. That's hard because a lot of the times that people do the walking on fire thing is because you are sort of not making enough contact into the ground itself. But he has his whole body on the ground and he's got to scurry backwards. So you can't really control the weight that you're putting on your hand at that point. Brutal shit.
Yep. Then he gets kicked in the head by Ken-lo. But yeah, he eventually does defeat the bad guys by getting really, really drunk. But again, you know, it goes back to him finding control, right? Like he drinks all the alcohol, but then he remembers his dad's wisdom. What's his dad say to him?
A boat can float on water, but if there's too much water, the boat will sink.
Yes.
That's not verbatim. That is obviously way more poetic. What he says
but you get the
film.
idea, right? It's about control. Too much of a good thing is no good. And that's when he like vomits out a bunch of alcohol and finds the right amount of drunk, which is something we've all tried to do at one point in time. Like I think karaoke is a good example of this, you know?
Yeah, it's about balance, but he's also drinking industrial grade alcohol. So there is no balance. You sip that shit, you could possibly die or do permanent damage to yourself.
Well.
There's an ending that I don't think you and I had seen. This was edited out. So what happens is there's some kind of official who wants to hire Jackie for something. And they're like, oh yeah, you know, he was drinking industrial grade alcohol. So he's sort of blind at the moment and he's a bit ill. And then it was, but it'll be quite temporary or whatever. So they go to see Jackie and they've got like Sul, who is trying to play these drum things to get Jackie Chan to pay attention. And then someone says to them, oh, you know, because he drank so much industrial grade alcohol, he's not only blind, but he's also got permanent brain damage or something. And then there's this shot of Jackie just turning around, pulling on a face that,
it's a fool.
It's a fool.
He's playing a fool.
He's playing a fool.
Like a fool in the sense of like old folk tales, like how fools are portrayed.
And it is very much played for laughs, but I both love and hate this ending at the same time. Because
you can see why it was cut out.
I think I would prefer it not to be there because you and I, we know that this film is a movie and you can't actually do drunken boxing.
I think our trips at night to the Bell Street McDonald's would tell you otherwise, Tommy. There's a lot of drunken boxing going on there.
Where's me fucking quarter pounder, you fucking dog? Fuck. But anyway, that answered my question. Yep, he did get permanently blind and he faced the consequence. You can tell that it's tacked on because T. Lung is so pissed off at Jackie for doing drunken boxing for that reason. And then now he's just like, well, at least he saved the treasures, but now you're permanently just fucked.
It's not seamless. It's not a seamless ending for sure. I mean, like from what I know about Jackie, he is very big on making sure that people know that these are movies, right? That's the reason that he puts bloopers at the end of his movies to show like, you know, you can get hurt doing this. You shouldn't be doing it at home. Right? Like that. He's a big advocate of that, and he I mean, people might not know this, but he's not a perfect person as well. Like he's had troubles at home, like domestic troubles. He's struggled with alcoholism himself, so it is a situation where he doesn't want to promote alcoholism in his films. He doesn't want to promote violence in his films. It's the same thing. So I can see why they put it in, but you're right, it's kind of a dour way to end the film. The Western version, I think it just ends like in the mind maybe.
So he's like, it's fine. But then, Jackie Chan, he's not fine.
He's not fine. And you wouldn't be. Let's face it, you wouldn't be that fine after drinking all that.
No, you would just be dead. You would just be dead.
Sight.
You cannot drink in dust. It's killer.
Don't do it, kids. But no, fantastic movie.
Oh, awesome. I fucking love this movie, man. It's so good.
can't really fault it, to be honest. I reckon it's Jackie's last Chinese masterpiece. And it led on to him making his way into the West and doing some really good shit there.
Yeah.
So
Good on you, Drunken Master 2. We might talk about Drunken Master 1 at some point.
I would love to visit it someday.
Yeah.
But not next week, guys. Here's a hint to what we're doing next week. But until then, guys, thanks for listening. If you enjoyed listening to this, maybe you would like to check out our weekly podcast where we talk about Asian pop culture, films, TV shows, comic books, and such. You can find all of those episodes anywhere you get podcasts. But until next time, we'll see you later. Have a drink on us.
Yes, have
But
a
not
drink,
too much.
but not too much.